Straight into it, Wes. Thanks as always to Semre getting us to this point. Looking after us, we cause trouble up here.
It's like watching family members argue with one another between you two. It's quite, as a younger sibling of three,
yeah,
it's hilarious to see, and there are echoes of my own home. It really is.
It's great fun.
Let's see the dhamaka.
Something that a lot of people at home don't realise, of course, is that we do like to make it difficult for each other. You know, we're always trying
There's
to.
There's always roughhousing.
Always roughhousing just to try and trip each other up. But to focus on the game we have at hand here, Mr. Tomboy, who has been just fantastic so far. You look at his performances. I mean, incredible. Coming up against Dennis Bernard, who we tipped to be one of the favourites based on his accolades, but did start off slow today against Lamty. Now is in a position very similar to the console group stages, where he kind of
let's go with the game, boys.
To be in a position to
it's Mr. Tomboy versus Dennis Bernard.
Otherwise, he does need
in the screen. Let's go.
Where to go his way, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'll simplify it for you.
Please
Mr. Tomboy must not lose, and he goes through. But Dennis Bernard must win to put himself in the conversation. Of course, a draw, again, leaves it open
Tomboy,
to
Mr. Tomboy, wow.
elsewhere, which, again, when you're at the final game of the group stage, it's not where you want to be. You want your own destiny to be in your own hands.
Tomboy is dominating.
That
wow.
You do. And destiny is about to present itself to the entirety of the Arsenal FC Club event finalists. As we're into the final heat of the group stages, only 2 of our 4 from each platform can participate and contest for the title. Later on today is Dennis Bernard in the
wow, Kai Havertz.
grip of Arsenal.
Good defense. Martinelli.
That yellow. Right, it's defined as yellow and blue in the game. I think we'll just go with yellow.
Yeah, it's a strip that has, I say, divided a fan base. To some it's green, to some it's yellow. We'll just call it the second strip.
Good defense. Wow, let's go with the Martin Odegaard. Gabriel Jesus.
Mr. Tomboy from India.
Wow, let's go.
With that blue cursor. Things much simpler.
Come on, let's go, Patrick! Yes! Come on, let's go. That's the goal from the Mr. Tomboy. Niketia. Oh no, Niketia, sorry, Patrick.
15 minutes in, and it's our group leader taking destiny within his own hands here. 1-0.
Yeah, it's a great start. Again, it's a bit of fortune though. You can see just doesn't quite get the right side. As we'll see the ball again here. It's a great ball there, but
what a goal.
It just shows a little bit too much, and then as a result, it leaves Thomas Partey open. And again, it's a really cultured finish from a defensive midfielder, which you wouldn't, as we kind of alluded to earlier, you don't normally want defensive midfielders in that neck of the woods, shall we say.
What a goal, boys.
We've seen it a lot today, haven't we? Jorginho getting in those types of areas. You have Declan Rice popping up every now and then. It's always fun to see exactly the personnel, the tactics that vary not only from player to player, but from platform to platform. And it does seem to be those DMFs that are getting in those areas with those chances. But credit to Mr. Tomboy. Today, he has been pretty darn good, and considering the way you simplified it, avoid a loss and you're into that knockout stage match as we take another look at that cultured finish as you described it. I mean, a goal goes a long way. I mean, you have that buffer. You know now if you concede, hey, I'm still in a position where this result is good enough for me.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's it. It's getting your nose in front early, in a position where you know that you can take the game away with just that goal,
man.
Because again, if you kind of revert to type of the game plan that we've been seeing, the minute it touches your back line or the minute it touches your defence, you clear it away immediately.
Let's go.
But I don't think we're going to see that from Mr. Tomboy.
From yes to defence.
And of course, you cast your mind in terms
perfect.
of themselves and how they're feeling. Of course,
Good
friends and
clearance.
family will be watching these games,
Wow.
willing on their
Perfect, Gabriel Jesus.
respective players.
Perfect ball to
The man
Nketiah.
who's a goal to the good is coming forward again. As
No.
that had to be dealt with by Ramsdale. The friends and family just adds that extra layer of pressure. Especially coming into that final heat with everything to play for, you know, 1 or 2 missteps can go from misery to
Oh, he did a
jubilation
mistake.
and
Wow.
vice versa. For Dennis Bernard. He's one that we tipped with the accolades behind him. National champion of Indonesia back in 22. And then went back-to-back in 23. Indonesia Football E-League champion as well in 2023. BGWIB Junior Games 23 champ as well. So has that experience, has the accolades, but
No.
we'll have to see, Wes. This is last chance saloon type of scenario for him here, because he needs some kind of result to even
Good defense.
allow the possibility of featuring in the final
No.
later on to present itself to
Oh,
him.
no, no, no,
Well,
no.
you're
no.
leaving it up to potential goal difference is what you're really leaving it up to here. Is that if you cannot
Well,
walk
fair
away
defending.
with at least a point, he's going to leave it up to potentially a result in the other game that's on, and he'll be hoping for that. Of course, there's still time to go in this game, but as we know from mobile as well, you know, strength to say, you can just see to the left of your screen just how tight it is in the mobile group. That is how close it is.
Martinelli,
if this
come on.
result stands as it
No.
is. So that is a live table. Of course, that can certainly change if goals go in.
Well, if things stood as they were, Dennis Bernard would be relying on
And that's the first half.
firework
Let's
to
go
do
for
him
the
a
second half, man.
favour.
Come on,
In
let's
the
go
other
with the
game, no doubt,
Tombury. Let's
running
roar for the
concurrently
Tombury.
to
Let's
this
support
one.
our boy, Indian guy.
Because that goal difference, as you pointed out, Wes, he's below his adversary, who's in that second place conversation. So for all those accolades, for everything that's happened in the past, Dennis Bernard now knows he needs to win this second half just to give himself a chance, just to be in, make things a little bit more difficult for the other side of the group, for the other heats that's, or rather the other game that's happening in this heat. It's so close on the mobile platform. Just to make it to the knockout final as we're underway in the second half. It's Dennis Bernard.
Come
who
boy,
keeps
let's
us
go.
up in
Oh no,
the
don't do
second
that
strip of Arsenal.
mistake.
The home strip is donned by Mr. Tomboy of
Perfect,
India,
perfect. Wow. Next year hit it.
who has been flying here.
Well, there is a big difference psychologically between having a game where you know that you need to win and a difference between knowing that you need just a point. And that is what is now presenting itself to the other half of this equation, is that if the result stands as this, it only requires a point in the opposite game.
Perfect
for
one. Wow.
qualification.
Well, Ben White's cross was a difficult one for the defence and goalkeeper to communicate between them, but
Mm-hmm.
they do get it done. Havertz to the feet of
Wow,
Jesus.
that's an
Well,
offside.
he's coming back from an offside
Let's go, let's go,
position.
let's go.
You're just joining us, of course. This is still the group stages on the mobile
Again,
platform.
substitute.
The thing that's at stake is the chance to play in the knockout final later on, which will be the top 2 placing players with the most points at the end of the group stages, once all the tiebreakers and so on and so forth have been looked after by our boffins. But if you win that knockout final, you join the likes of Futi Facil from Brazil, representing Barcelona, Raul Fabiano from France, representing Bayern, Calahard from Mexico, representing AC Milan, Takaki from Japan, representing Inter. That's on the console side, and then on the mobile we have La Casa, Talon Usui, Joy Boy, Goo Games, there.
all there already. Yeah, you're quite right. It's as I think I said in the last finals that we did for the inter-club finals. It's a real eclectic mix of nationalities and cultures, and there is a quite a sizable melting pot brewing in Tokyo in
Let's
July.
go.
Yes.
So it'd be great to see another person added to that pot.
The attendance for this match was 71,898.
Well, the hour mark has been and gone, as have the subs.
No.
In a position now where we need to see some action from Dennis Bernard. Signs of life.
Perfect defending.
maybe,
Wow.
The cross comes to nothing.
Oh, no. Perfect defend. That's the ball. No.
Havertz around the corner to Jesus. Back to him.
Up.
He stayed on side.
Yes.
Nope. Good idea, but just came a second or two late.
Don't give a chance to Dennis Bernard.
The longer this game ticks down, the
Oh
longer
man, he's pressing.
and more comfortable the Tomboy will be feeling. Has some defending to
Don't
do
let him
now,
to
though.
cross.
Smith Rowe to the feet of Havertz inside the box.
Wow, good defense. Magalhaes,
Cannot
Soul.
be fed in that scenario. Havertz back heel to Jesus. Back to him. Lots of space. Tries the 1-2.
Good
Not sure if that was
defense.
the right option.
And a lot of green grass in front of him there to run it into. He tried to play the pass back.
Jesus. Emil Smith Rowe. Gabriel Jesus now.
Good defense. Wow.
Covering
He's
him.
Magalhaes is doing really good things,
minutes
brother,
to
to
go.
Tomboy.
The ball is in
Back
the
to back
hands
three
of
save.
Ramsdale. As long as the ball remains at the feet of Mr. Tomboy in the home strip, or up at this end of the pitch, the happier he will be. Jorginho,
Oh,
Havertz,
Magalhaes.
Bernard just fighting for his life here. Has to be good on this attack. Jesus with a double touch and the stunning
Oh.
strike, but
So close.
too many red shirts to try and get that ball around.
Let's go.
And you might
Only
think,
1 minute
Wes,
is
that
remaining.
one will be the final action. There was a pause queued up, so we'll have just a little bit more time for us to consider exactly what's going to happen here. But one thing's for certain, Tomboy has done the business here in the group stages.
Yeah, and he's needed to. He's needed to. Yes, we said at the top of the game, it's a must not lose. He's kind of gone above and beyond that. And I think for Mr. Tomboy, it's the right move. If you are in form and you are playing well, you then don't want to maybe drop the gear.
Tomboy is proving he is the best player in the world, man.
Will be him in the grand final of today's mobile platform. you want to be in form. You want to be cooking. You want to be just ticking over to the point where you know how your players are performing, you know how your players are reacting, and you'll know the game plan you want to put in there. The only thing you may get, though, and I'll put this one into the mind of Mr. Tomboy, you may get a slice of complacency because you've rolled through competition, and you may think to yourself, well, if I've beat them all, then actually I'll probably just beat the person in the final, when it's not as simple as that.
Especially when you bring into extra time, penalties into the equation.
Exactly, and that's where that mentality and that psychology comes into it, is for him to say, okay, if I've won the group stage, or if I've topped the group stage, okay, let me close that chapter of that and let me move on to the next bit, rather than going,
Let's go, Josh.
That's the story of the day. You've still got another chapter.
Just hold.
Well,
Just
one
hold
foot
the
in the
players.
final. But you're
Defense
right,
for
Wes.
your life,
You
Tomboy.
do want a
Defense
warning
for your
against
life.
complacency
Let's go.
because you've not lifted a trophy yet. You've made it a possibility.
No. Don't do that. Let's go.
Quite a high
Yes, clear
probability,
it.
but you still have to execute.
Come on. Sure win, maybe.
Time for
Sure win.
Dennis Bernard.
Yeah, come on. Let's go. Tomboy
Now
did
he
it, man.
waits and has to see exactly what's happening elsewhere.
Out of 3 games, 3 win.
Mr. Tomboy
Wow.
takes the 3 points, 1-0. A 100% record in the group stages.